Okay, now I'd love to bring one of the members of this new partner program to the stage. Sanjay Poonen has served as VMware's Executive Vice President and General Manager of End User Computing since August 2013. Beyond that, he's spent the last 20 years pretty much doing everything in technology. He's worked in engineering, in product, in sales, and in marketing, and in business development. He also leads VMware's efforts with AirWatch. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Sanjay Poonen. Sanjay.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so Sanjay, we have executives here from over 600 different companies, and some of them might not be familiar with VMware's effort, and in particular with AirWatch. Can you share a little bit about what AirWatch is doing and why you've been so successful?
Thank you, Dennis, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for all that you and Drew are doing to pioneer in this industry, and an honor to partner with you. Many of you know VMware. We've become the de facto brand name in automating and virtualizing the data center. And we felt there was a tremendous opportunity to take that same benefit of management and security and bring that same benefit all the way to the client side, desktops and devices. And the new desktop is mobile. So we felt, as we looked at that space, and certainly as I joined 2 years ago, that mobile was the new desktop, and we needed to play as the management security player. AirWatch was an early leader in that space. And over the course of the last year and a half since we acquired them, that market share has only grown. So we're very excited about that potential.
Great. Now, we have many large enterprises in the audience here. What are some of the pain points they're seeing, particularly around mobility?
I think, and you guys are a clear example of this. We actually take a lot of good cues, and I use you guys internally as a case study of, this notion of consumer simplicity meets enterprise security. You guys are one of the pioneers at building out consumer simplicity. We've got sort of the enterprise side and security pretty well understood, but there's much we can learn from you. And part of what we are trying to do in this mobile revolution is bring those two worlds together. Consumer simple meets enterprise secure. And part of what we'd like to be able to design is a place by which the infrastructure for mobile, if you are bringing up documents inside Dropbox, it's just automatically secured with some of the infrastructure we can provide through things like AirWatch.
Got it. And business mobility in particular, huge topic, huge focus for you. Can you talk a little bit about where you see that going and what are AirWatch's efforts there?
Yeah, I don't know how many of you, quick show of hands, anybody here an AirWatch customer? Good, it's like 30, 40%. And the remainder of 60%, I'll be here and I can take your business cards afterwards. But nonetheless, I think if you look at the consumer mobile revolution, every one of you understood how you would use a Twitter or a Facebook or some kind of email system. And now in the world of business mobile, people are using applications like yours. A document becomes the center of gravity where people, but that needs to be secure so that when you bring your device out, you know the posture of this device is checked with this type of security tools. And that's what we worked very closely together to ensure that you can have these two worlds of the way in which you've used consumer apps now as they move to the business world seamlessly tie into your infrastructure for security.
And just tell me, if you think about where you're headed, I know enterprise mobility management, huge opportunity for you. Why do you think AirWatch is doing so well in the market?
There are core elements of how you manage a device that Apple first, then Google, and now Windows 10 made much simpler than the old world of PC management, which is called systems management. Mobile device management, mobile app management, content management, now identity management is what the industry calls enterprise mobile. And the APIs for doing this, Apple engineered in a very nice way. The other ecosystems followed them. And we were one of the first to embrace that. The breadth and coverage of VMware AirWatch is second to none. We go all the way from an iOS to an Android to a Windows 10 to a ruggedized phone. And the coverage of that means we've got to spend a lot of time certifying, making sure they work, but then also working with the dominant ecosystems, companies like Salesforce or Dropbox, and making sure that we make a very single touch, one-touch system by which you can open up a Salesforce app or a document inside Dropbox, and it's just Sesame Street simple. And we pioneered an integration together with Apple and Google, and you guys were one of the first to adopt this, called App Config. That App Config for the enterprise, you've adopted that. We've now made the native integration between AirWatch and Dropbox, and that really helps customers be able to get the seamless benefit of both.
Excellent. Well, Sanjay, thank you so much for joining the Partner Network, and really appreciate it.
Congratulations on a great conference. Good luck.
Thank you.